News 18 amid the diplomatic showdown between India and Canada. Now, Indian government sources have told CNN News 18 that they will take hard decisions on overseas citizenship of India, on the OCI card holders when it comes to the diplomatic showdown between India and Canada. Now, top government sources have told CNN News 18 that after the cancellation of visas in Canada, India will take more strong decisions. Government will soon announce OCI cancellations for select individuals. The government is seriously thinking to cancel OCI cards for some countries or some individuals on a case-to-case basis. The Indian government is of the firm view that backing Khalistan and earning from agriculture properties in India, which is the money trail that top intel sources have told CNN News 18, this will not go on simultaneously, and this will be a crackdown which will take center stage when it comes to the centre's efforts to dismantle the entire Khalistani nexus. Now, the government is disappointed after some students protested in front of missions recently after going on a study visa to Canada. So, looking at these developments, top government sources have told CNN News 18 that they will target the OCI status of several citizens who are living in Canada, who are indulging in these anti-India activities. I'm joined by my colleague Anand Narasimhan to decode this plan of action of the Indian government. Anand, over to you.
Well, good afternoon to all our viewers, and the government is doubling down on this. They are not going to dial down, but they're actually going to up the ante and increase the diplomatic offensive against nations that are harboring those elements which are plotting perhaps not just the secession of Bharat, but also extremist elements, gangsters who are also running their crime networks and using Bharat as their destination for drugs, and also as a market or as an area for drug trafficking and human trafficking. So India is very, very clear that we are not going to take this lying down. Top government sources are confirming to us here at CNN News 18 via our group editor security Manoj Kumar Gupta that it's not going to stop at just restoring parity or maintaining a parity in terms of the consulate size. That was actually hinted on by the MEA spokesperson Arindam Bagchi more than about a week ago. But and that's why perhaps the message that's been sent across to the Canadians that they must recall nearly 40 of their diplomats who are operating from their consulate here in India. But the next step is going to be a sterner message to those people who are actually going on visas from here for studying abroad but are indulging in nefarious activities or mixing with these elements, plus those people who are holding OCI cards. So if the government can open its doors for anybody and everybody from the Indian diaspora abroad who still want to remain connected with Bharat in a positive manner, they are not going to be impacted. But those elements who are engaging in these kind of activities which are extremist, secessionists, bordering on terrorism, and also running crime networks and networks of operating with a nefarious agenda, these individuals will be highlighted. These individuals and their OCI eligibility will be seriously considered. In fact, there is also a further upping that it would not be limited to only certain individuals. The entire group, the entire Indian diaspora, or those who are OCI card holders, will also suffer if this continues and if there is no cooperation from nations who are actually harboring such elements and to whom credible evidence, letter rogatories, extradition requests have been provided. And there has been no action thereafter. Clearly a message being sent out that Bharat will no longer take it lying down. If nations are not going to maintain diplomatic niceties, neither does Bharat have to do it, and especially when it comes to a threat to its sovereignty and using its own people and using its territory for an anti-India agenda. Clear message to all students: if you are going on a student visa there, you are going there to study, use that time for furthering your career prospects rather than being seen outside consulates and outside these areas with these extremist elements. And if that is your agenda, then you will be recalled or your visa will be rejected. That message also being sent out very sternly, Ayushman.
Right, so a zero tolerance approach when it comes to cracking down on the Khalistan network. I'm also joined by Achal Malhotra, former diplomat, on the broadcast. Mr. Malhotra, when it comes to these decisions that are coming in from top government sources, this is the need of the hour when it comes to tackling India's security situation when it comes to the K-nexus operating from Canada.
Oh, definitely. You know, the issue that has engaged our attention, the media attention and everybody's attention within India, outside India, even the big countries are also concerned about it. It's very serious issue. It's not only just any simple anti-India expression of sentiment on a foreign soil. It goes far beyond. It's a question of India's territorial integrity. It's a question related to drugs and terror financing and so many other things. Now, in a situation like this, when something like that happens on a foreign soil, what do? You normally seek the help and assistance of the local government, the host government, and if it is a friendly government, then all the more better. If it's not, it's a different issue. But what happens when? What do you do when the kind of support that you expect from the host government is not forthcoming? On the contrary, there are no signs that there's no political will in that country to handle a situation like this. They seem themselves to be, being either blackmailed or being held hostage by these elements. I mean, there's a limit to political ambitions and the compulsions of coalition and all other arguments which are being given. 8 lakh, 6 out of which how many are voters and how many of them are really sympathizers of Khalistan. I mean, this is all, it doesn't appeal to the reason. And then you are coming out and making all sorts of baseless allegations about India's involvement in the killing of the activists. So I think the government, when support doesn't come from the host government, we have to do whatever best we can do, whatever is in our hands. So we have to give signals, we have to take measures, we have to downsize the diplomatic presence, give a clear message to the host government, in this case Canada, that the rest of the relationship will also suffer. It's serious because there are many serious interests involved on both sides, whether it's in our requirement of import of pulses, lentils, and few other things, are their
Absolutely.
requirement, in terms of the revenue that we generate in that country. But yes, but national security is above all these things.
Absolutely.
And then we have to take action against our own people. I mean, they just can't have best of the both worlds. This OCI card is such a facility that we have, a tremendous facility which we have given to the people of Indian origin. It would be a pity that if we withdraw this facility en bloc for everybody, we will have to be selective. We will have to really see who are up to mischief making and selectively cancel. This is our right. We have given them. It's not their right to have it. It's our decision to give them, and it's our prerogative to withdraw it.
Absolutely.
You can't. हमारी थाली में खा के हमारी थाली में छेद करना, that's not allowed.